Okay, oh, there we go. So, welcome to our team hangout. My name is Sue Sierra. Our presenter today is Trina Gruno, and we have got just an awesome half hour or so lined up for you. We're just going to talk about really, diving into your mindset. And if you're feeling like you're stuck in a certain area of life, or maybe you're feeling stuck in every area, because sometimes it all comes crashing down at once. So, whether it's your life or your business or your relationships, sometimes you get to a point where you feel like you just can't go on anymore, and in whatever way that means to you, or you throw in the towel, or you just can't, you've got to give up, or you've got to quit. And so Trina is going to talk to us about how to get through that, how to have those breakthroughs and, just move on and deal with the stuff. And often what's out there on the other side is so much bigger and better. So it's going to be awesome. What we do each week at this time is we have a conversation or a discussion about what we're going to talk about today, things like mindset. Sometimes we do training on certain areas of the internet, of using social media or videos or blogging. But we bring you a half an hour of stuff that you can really put into your life. So whether it be, your personal life or your business life. And, we really combine the two because we are all building a business online, and we're from all over the world. You'll see our team here on the panel, and Trina will introduce them to you a little bit later. But we are all working from home. We've all got different lifestyles in many ways, but come together because we're able to help each other build our businesses and grow personally and professionally together. And so we're constantly learning stuff. So our team brings you something that we've learned each week, and then after about half an hour we close down the doors, and that's when we do our closed door mastermind. I've got somebody who's like itching to get in, and he's like, can you give me the link to the team hangout? And I'm like, well, actually it's it's not live. That part of it is not live. You got to be on the team to be a part of it, because it's when we really dive in and see what everybody's doing, and we critique each other and help each other, and it's very cool. So we'll talk about, a little bit later on, we'll talk about how you can get involved in that so that you're not feeling like you're trying to build this thing that you're trying to build online. If you're trying to share your passion with the world, then we're the place to help you do that. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on too. But with no further ado, I'm going to introduce you to a gal that I have actually met in person, which is the funny thing. Like, we all know each other so well. We're like family, all of us, yet many of us haven't even met in person. But because we are from the same province in British Columbia, we've actually met in person. So that's cool. And she just brings her heart into these hangouts, and she's going to share a piece of her heart with you today. So give her Trina Gruno from trinagruno.com.
Thanks so much, Sue. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking, but it's always great to be here to share whatever knowledge I can to maybe possibly help somebody get through something in their life, or to always be pushing forward. And so I'm just really happy to be here today, and hopefully I can help somebody out there get through, if they're having any struggles, to be able to push through them. So first thing that I want to do is introduce our lovely panel, and we're going to start with you, Carol. So if you want to just say your name and where you're from, that'd be great.
Yeah, hi, this is Carol Makowski. I'm from upstate New York, and I'm at the other end of the house from Ellie, who is my partner in business here. And it's nice to be here. I'm eager to hear what you have to say, Trina. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead, Catherine.
Hi, I'm Catherine, and I live in Alameda in California. And it's great to be here on this great team. I haven't been here this long on this great team, but I like it so far, and can't wait to hear what you're going to say, Trina. Thank you.
Thanks, Catherine. Ellie?
I am Ellie Walsh. I am on the other end of the house in upstate New York. And, I've been on this team for quite a while, and I've seen people do great, fabulous things, and always thrilled to have you here. So I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks, Ellie. And Sue, you've already been introduced because you introduced yourself.
Yeah.
Terry.
Hey.
Hi, Terry.
Hey, it's Terry Nicholson here from Australia. It's absolutely bucketing down rain outside. We're on the edge of a cyclone here, so I'm just thrilled to be able to jump on and really looking forward to what you're going to share, Trina. I love what you share. You always just, yeah, like you said, Sue, just bring so much heart to it, whatever you are sharing, and I always just feel like I'm just soaking it up and taking it on, so thank you.
Aw, that's nice. Thanks so much. I love that. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about today, because I always try and talk about things that relate to me, you know, things that I go through, so because I know that I definitely can't be the only one out there that's going through it. And one of the things that I've found about myself is that I run into a lot of struggles. And the one thing that I always tell myself is that I have to push through it. So I just put together a few pointers to try and help somebody that is out there struggling for different tools to be able to help you push through your struggles and just to keep going and not to give up and throw in the towel, but to know that, you know, if you push through, the results at the end are going to be so fantastic, and it's just important to just keep pushing through. So one of the things that is really the most important thing, so say you're working on something. So for me, so I have a full-time job and a family and life like everybody else does, and my goal is to be doing the online internet marketing full-time and working from home full-time. And in order to do that, you know, I have to really budget my time. And during that time when you're working on things, you of course run into challenges, and you know, you're always learning, and there is definitely some frustration that goes with it. It's like anything, it's like learning a new job that you've just come into and you don't really know anything about that job, and just about, you know, just pushing through it. So the first thing is definitely is to love what you're doing. So, you know, if you absolutely love what you're doing and you can see the end result, that will inspire you, and it will just get your motor running and get you, you know, constantly looking towards that end product and always be pushing towards that. So you really do need to love and feel the passion for what you're doing. And if you do, you don't want to give up. You want to keep moving forward. You want to push through it. So feel passionate about whatever it is that you're working towards. We all will run into roadblocks, and we all will have struggles. I struggle a lot with, you know, electronics. So, I mean, in this, when you're at internet marketing, there's so many different areas of it, but the thing that's really, really important is that you ask a lot of questions. And the one thing that with this team that I'm on is everybody is always so willing to help you through it. Somebody out there will have the answer for you. Don't be afraid to ask. Just reach out to somebody. There is always somebody there that's going to, even if they don't know the answer, they're going to guide you to be able to find where that answer is. So there will be roadblocks. You just have to, you know, barricade through it. Just get through it. And the really important thing is when you do find that you're struggling and you're, you know, upset or you want to give up, is just to take a breath and kind of laugh at yourself. I mean, if we can't laugh at ourselves, and, you know, I mean, lots of times I'll get really, really frustrated, and then I'll find the answer and I'll move through it, and I'll just kind of, you know, laugh at myself like, you got so worked up over that, and look at you now, you've moved through it, and we're on to the next thing. So really, really important just to be able to take a deep breath and have a good laugh once in a while. The one other thing is to stay away, try your best to stay away from the negative Nellies or the Debbie Downers. So the people who don't believe in you, the people who don't believe in what you're trying to achieve, who don't believe in where it is that you want to go, you know, the ones that tell you you can't do it and you're wasting your time and why are you spending so much time doing that? You just have to cut those people from your life. It's really important to surround yourself with people who believe in you, and those struggles, when you surround yourself with people who believe in you and people who love you and care about you and want to see you succeed, those struggles are so much easier to move forward with, because if you listen to them, you're going to say, you know what, they didn't believe in me and I can't do this. So really important to surround yourself with the people who are going to encourage you. And, you know, like lots of times I've said to Sue even, you know, like maybe this isn't for me, and she said, you know what, we're all here learning, and, you know, we've just come out with this fantastic, phenomenal new blogging system. Unbelievable, love it. They have just made it so easy, but in the beginning you have to work to get it all set up and everything, and there's definitely some struggles on my part because I struggle with electronics and with the computer and whatnot. So she's always encouraged me to just keep moving forward, and you know, we'll get through it, and she helps me all the time. And so really important to stay away from the people who don't believe in you and surround yourself with the people who do. The one thing that I have found has really helped me to get through a lot of the struggles is listening to personal development every day. So something that is positive, something that is going to help you grow, something that is going to help you push forward, something that is going to inspire you. Really, really important. If you're just, you know, plug in a tape or read a book or do something. Surround yourself with positive people who are on the same plane as you. You know, I have a girlfriend, Shannon, and we get together a couple times a month, and we just completely inspire each other because we're working towards the same goals. And, you know, we'll have a tea and we'll just talk for 2 hours about, you know, the things that we're going towards and what we're experiencing. And, you know, we encourage each other to just keep pushing through, and we all have struggles. So definitely personal development some way in your life, listening to it, reading it, surrounding yourself with people who believe in it is really going to help you for sure. The other thing is just to stay focused on your goals. So, you know, what is it that you're working towards? You know, and you have to see it, you have to visualize it, you have to feel it in your body, you have to feel what it's going to feel like to get there, to be there. And, you know, just keep seeing what you want, see yourself achieving it, and the power of believing, the power of the universe, God, you know, whatever that looks like to you, just keep seeing that end result of what it is that you're working towards, and you will just keep pushing through because you want that end result, going back to the beginning and the passion of it, wanting something so bad. Like, I want this so bad, I can taste it. And I struggle with time management because, you know, I work all day and I do have the family and child graduating and blah, blah, blah. We all have a million things to do. It's not just me. But I just keep pushing through, and I keep doing what I can. And it's just important to just keep focused on that end result and seeing it and believing in yourself. So very, very, very important to do that. The other thing was, every time you fall, you just have to get back up and you have to take that next step again. When our kids are born and they're babies and they're learning to crawl, every time they, you know, stumble or roll over, they try it again. Or every time they take that first step, if they fall, they try it again. And they keep trying and they keep trying and they keep trying until they're walking. If they didn't, if they just gave up after 3 or 4 tries, we'd all be crawling around. So, you know, really important. And I thought that was a really great analogy to refer it back to children and babies, because kids, they just push through. They just do it. It's very rare that they'll give up, especially if they want to jump over something and all their friends are doing it and can do it. They'll just push through, and they'll bruise their arms, their legs, their knees, everything to get through it. But they do eventually get there because they don't give up. The other thing is you really have to learn to be patient and kind to yourself, and remind yourself that you're doing the best that you can, and really just take that minute, when you're feeling really frustrated and you just want to just quit and walk away from it all, just to reach down and just to hold that child like your mom would when you were little, and just say, you know what, it's going to be okay. You're going to get through this. We do that with our own children, and our parents did that with us at times when we struggled. They always encouraged us that we were going to pull through it, and we were going to get there. And so sometimes you just need to step back and do that with yourself, and maybe just give yourself a little hug and say, you're doing good, you're doing okay, you can do this, push through, and you're worth it, and remember your end results and your end goals, and you're doing good. Like, it might not be everything you're supposed to be doing, but are you doing what you can? Are you doing, you're still going, you're still working towards it. So, because a lot of times I struggle with that and being hard on myself and being, I should be doing more and I should be putting more out there, and it's a good reminder to just tell yourself it's okay sometimes, and as long as you're doing the best that you can, that's really what's important, and just to keep pushing through. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about was every goal that you reach. It doesn't matter how big or how small or, whatever it is, reward yourself. Pat yourself on the back. Tell yourself, yay, you did it. It doesn't matter how small it is. There's a million little things that I struggle with. I ask for help. They show me how to do it. I get it done. And I actually say, good job. Like, good job, Trina. You got through one more thing. And once you learn the one thing, you have to keep, doing it, repeating it, using it, and then you never forget it. It's like the old saying, you fall off a horse, you get back on, you never forget how to ride it. So it's the same thing. It's just learning it and using it and just moving forward with it. So rewarding yourself every time you do achieve a goal or you learn something new. And that's the one thing that I would always fall short with in my yard, is I would see this big yard and half of it would be done and beautiful, and all I could see was the half that wasn't done, and I'd be crazy because half that yard wasn't done. And a couple of my friends said to me, you really need to just stand on this side and look at what you have completed. Look at it, it's absolutely beautiful. And that really changed the way I thought about, looking at your achievements and rewarding yourself for the things that you have completed, that you have achieved, you have done, and the good things that have come from it. So definitely important to remember those things. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. So, you guys have any questions?
I just would follow up on this last point that you made, Trina, about rewarding yourself. Excuse me. Ellie used to teach a class in LOA, Law of Attraction, and she still, I say used to, she still is involved in that kind of work. But she used to encourage people to take a little booklet called Happy Happenings. And every time you achieve a goal or something good happens that brings you pleasure, write it down. There's something about writing things down that solidifies it and anchors it in our brain and our emotions, and can always go back and refer to it. So I couldn't agree with you more that that's one of the most important things to do, and I would take it one step further and write it down.
That's a great idea. I love to write. I'm always writing. I have books and books and books of stuff written down. So that is actually a great idea. Thanks, Carol.
Sure.
I loved how you talked about the garden, and what a great point, you know, of and we do that. We focus on all these things that we wish we had gotten done. I know I do it, and so I that was a big one for me, Trina. Like, just to really look at the things I have gotten done. You know, even if it's one day that you feel frazzled, but you know, and then there's that overall picture of the garden being, you know, half amazing, right? Like, focus on that. I love that. That was awesome. That was very uplifting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, that's the angle that you're looking at. So it's changing your angle, right? Come over here and look at it. And what Carol was talking about, you know, here's why writing down works even bigger. Okay, you are imprinting a reference point. So you write down, I did this, whatever. And we also talked about, you know, anything that made you happy that day. Write that down. And when you're funky or you're starting to think, yeah, I don't know, you go back, because you start to fill that book up quickly. And you go back and you start seeing, oh, crap, I did this good, and this happened to me, and that made me happy, and I did this good. And you get rid of that funk, 1, 2, 3, and you anchor that reference point. Really, really important. This has been really good, Trina.
Love it. Yeah.
Thanks, Sally. Yeah, that's definitely a great. I love that. I'm gonna have my, what do you call it? The happy book? The happy
Happenings.
Happy happenings.
I wrote it down.
Okay.
I love that. I love that, and I also like things to include in there might be like any testimonials or a message that someone sent. Like, I just love those, you know, messages that people have sent me, that when I've communicated or taught something or touched their lives in some way, and they've written back, and just, you know, those messages are so meaningful because they're just so validating about what you're doing, sharing your passion, connecting with people, helping other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, so to put those in your happy book to refer to on those days you're like, oh, you know, out of sorts. I think it's just so powerful because it connects you not just with your own passion, but with the ripple effects that is very real, that you can kind of forget about when you get a bit, feeling a bit flat. So I just wanted to add that.
Definitely love that.
Mm.
I know it definitely feels great when you see people, you know, posting positive, loving comments, and, you know, it definitely does. You're like, wow, I'm pretty cool.
Well, awesome. Catherine, did you anybody else want to get anything else in there? Or, okay, so awesome. Thank you, Trina. And again, you can join us every Thursday at 2 o'clock Pacific time, 5 o'clock Eastern. We have a discussion about, you know, something to do with life and getting through it in the best possible way we can. And if you also liked what you saw about us as a team and the thought of, you know, working together and collaborating with a bunch of other people instead of trying to do it all yourself, we invite you to click on that button below. You'll see a button below the video. Just click on that. You can be a part of our community, learn how to share your passion. That's what we talk about. You know, Trina just spent half an hour just sharing her passion, and it feels good to be able to do that. And it's, you know, it's sometimes challenging to put all the pieces together as far as blogging and videos and social media and trying to figure all that stuff out. So we help you with that by, you know, working together as a team. And as Trina talked about, we're always answering each other's questions and helping each other out and supporting each other. And, you know, it's just a community that is really awesome to be a part of. So thank you very much for watching. Again, for all the information, just click on the button below. We're going to shut her down now and do our closed door mastermind so we can really do that, you know, working together thing. And we will see you all again next week. So thank you, everybody. I'm Sue Sierra. Thank you, Trina. Bye, ladies.
Thank you.
See you later.